We've had a couple hours to kind of just decompress and realize what went great for the Patriots in their Week 2 win over the Miami Dolphins, and then also what went wrong, because there were a lot of situations where the Patriots could be 0-2 going into Week 3 against the Miami Dolphins and heading into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and just like we did last week, we're going to be going over the winners and some of the losers of Week 2. Start off, just talk about the game a little bit, and I'd probably say it almost gave me an aneurysm during the watch party. Everybody on the kick return, everybody said my face turned as red as the jersey I'm wearing. And you can see by Tua, 26 for 32 after playing absolute terribly against the Indianapolis Colts. Comes back, 315 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, a costly interception. Devin Achane, 11 carries, 30 yards. Tyreek Hill went off, 6 catches for 109 yards. He had his first catch of over 30 yards, I think, since last season. Drake Maye, incredible today. Finally kind of fitting in to this offense. Josh McDaniels called a great game. Mike Vrabel, well, could always be better. And Austin Hooper being the top tight end and your leading receiver overall. But it was a great game. It was a big, big win. And a lot of winners from this game. A lot of winners. A couple of losers, which we'll get into. So I'll ask you guys before we break it all down. Who was your biggest winner from today's game? It could be on offense. It could be on defense. It could be on special teams, because the Patriots, they needed all 3 phases of the football game to win this one. It took all 3. It wasn't, hey, you looked good here, you didn't look good here. No, it took all 3 on today's game to win it. First winner, though, best game as a New England Patriot. Best game as a New England Patriot, and that is Drake Maye. And he was just absolutely incredible. From the start that the game overall, the first drive, he just looked like he was in command, in control, and we saw all throughout the week, is there too much on Drake Maye's plate? Is there way too much? No, there wasn't. 19 for 23, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and are we forgetting about his over 30 yards rushing on the ground, outrunning Matthew Judon? That's what you want to see. Patriots also implemented the tush push for the first time that I saw, and I loved seeing that. Drake Maye is this franchise quarterback, and everybody can calm the hell down now. Calm the hell down about talking, is he the future? Because clearly he showed that he's just going to get better and better and better. 3 touchdowns total. Drake Maye, you're a winner in my book. Second winner of today's game, Antonio Gibson. You saved the game, dude. You saved the game. I mean, you could go back and watch our watch party, and after the Patriots, they punted the ball, and they let up that massive 80-yard punt return to Malik Washington. It was dead. The Patriots were dead, and it felt like this ball game was over, and a drive was going to have to happen. But then Antonio Gibson, man, he was good on offense, 5 carries, 27 yards, 5.4, but the kick return, he caught that at the 10-yard line. And they were kicking to him all throughout the entire day. All throughout. They were kicking specifically to Antonio Gibson because they did not want to go to Travion Henderson. But Gibson, just as good as a kick returner, and saved this ball game. Took the lead right back. Put them up 3, and that was probably the game right there. It completely depleted the Dolphins. Antonio Gibson, I'm glad you're on the team. I don't want to trade you. Like having 3 running backs, and also 5.4 yards per carry. You got a lot more snaps than we saw last week. The Patriots, they called an evenly matched ball game on the run and the passes, and that's not what we saw last week. Third one, it's another running back. Ramondre Stevenson, I'll say it. He's the starting running back, guys. He's a starting running back. He looked like he was back in 2022. 11 carries. He didn't have many because the Patriots, they were kind of sharing the wealth with everybody. We saw a lot of Travion Henderson. We saw a lot of Antonio Gibson. 11 carries, 54 yards, 5 yards per carry. Last week, it was 2.9. Didn't score a touchdown, but you got 2 through the air and 1 on the ground with Drake Maye and also a kick return. But Ramondre Stevenson, the downhill running. He also made that amazing play on 3rd down where Drake Maye threw the ball after getting pressured, caught it over the shoulder perfectly, and went 40 yards down the field. That was the biggest play of the ball game. And if Ramondre Stevenson doesn't catch that pass, the Patriots might not even had a chance. Ramondre Stevenson catching that ball and running all the way downfield, breaking multiple tackles, getting down to just outside the red zone was the biggest play of the ball game. And it's thanks to him that you can have a guy that can also be on the ground and also catch passes, just like Travion Henderson. It's going to take some time, but Ramondre Stevenson is your running back one, probably for the rest of the year. Still solid. Hopefully we get 2022 back. And the last winner. $100 million is worth every single penny. Every penny, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody talked about, are we scared that Milton Williams, that he's going to have to play more snaps? Are we scared that he's not going to be as productive not being on that Eagles team? Well, he was absolutely productive this week, and he was last week. I know you only see 3 tackles, but 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hit. He was one of the best players on the field, and he got the game-winning sack on 4th down, breaking right through that offensive line, that depleted offensive line of the Dolphins. And I know people are going to say it's just the Dolphins. Well, from the last 2 weeks, this comes from Evan Lazar, the last 2 weeks, for Milton Williams, 2 sacks, 9 total pressures, 3 stops. And also, Harold Landry, guys, 4 sacks, 10 total pressures, 7 stops. These were your 2 biggest free agent signings. Absolute home runs for the Patriots. And this front 7 is threatening. Absolutely threatening. And I love to see it. And you guys can see it too. You guys can absolutely see it too, because we are live every single watch party. We had over 50,000 people. You can see me celebrate. We have a great time every single week. We are on our way, ladies and gentlemen, on our way to 30,000 subscribers. So if you want to be one of those, join the Patriots Today family. Hit that sub button right now. And if you want your Patriots gear, we're also giving away a jersey on Patriots Today at the end of the month. You could get one just like this. But if you want to get a hoodie right now, it's on sale. Cheaper than a jersey. Chatsports.com/Patriots hoodie. This sale is just today. My ad guy, Jack Louderay. You guys know him, producer Jack? Oh, yeah. It is on sale right now. 40% off. Chatsports.com/Patriots hoodie. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. Producer Ponzi, there we go. First loser, though, we got to talk about it, and it's Alex Austin. And I know that he's kind of just filling that role of, hey, Christian Gonzalez is out. He's not playing, but he needs to be so much better. Every time he felt that it was on the field, every time it felt like that it was just threatening, and the Dolphins could drive all the way down the field. And it was scary to say, because there was multiple plays. We saw the Jalen Waddle play where he went out wide open for a touchdown. Who was in coverage? Alex Austin. We saw multiple times when Tyreek Hill was in motion, and who was guarding Tyreek Hill? Alex Austin. Didn't read up on that on the motion quick enough, and Tyreek Hill was wide open. 50-yard bomb. Who was on coverage? And if he just turned around, he would have caught the ball and had an interception. You cannot have a wide receiver get 6 catches for 109 yards. I know it's Tyreek Hill. I know. But it's 2025. And this was the first time he had a game like that in over a year. You can't let that happen. Gonzo, I need you back, man. And then Jalen Waddle, he was on Jalen Waddle a couple times too. He was all over the field. I give it to him. It's hard. But 5 catches for 68 yards. Like Tua threw for 300 yards. And yeah, Tua threw for 300 yards. Alex Austin was a big reason for that. Big reason for that. Second loser, Morgan Moses. And I'm sorry, Morgan. Drake Maye was protected. He only was pressured 19% of the time during today's game. But you had a lot of false start penalties. Overall, like Will Campbell and Morgan Moses on the offensive line both had false start penalties. Will Campbell, you're a rookie, man. But Morgan Moses, you are a vet. You are 35 years old. You have to be better. There was, the Dolphins, they went in motion. They tried to switch up their defense. Morgan Moses got caught lacking easily. False start. You cannot make those types of mistakes at that day and age. And also, I think he let up a sack, Morgan Moses. He got cooked on a couple plays. He did end up in a walking boot. I hope he's okay. We'll find out throughout the week, later this week, which we will have an update for you. But Morgan Moses, you got to be better. You have to be better. And if he's hurt, you got rookie Marcus Bryant. And that will be 3 out of the 5 offensive linemen on the Patriots that will be rookies. And then the last one, which is a big question. Big question for everybody that should be asking. And it's about Andy Borregales. We made a decision. The Patriots made a decision to cut him, or to cut John Parker Romo. They made a decision to cut John Parker Romo and go with Andy Borregales as your starting kicker. And it's starting to look like that might be a gigantic mistake that they've made. We'll find out with the Falcons and Vikings game, because John Parker Romo's starting for the Falcons because they benched Younghoe Koo. But you can see right here, 1 for 3 on extra points. If it wasn't for that, the Patriots would have had 34 points if he makes it an extra point. Have 34 points. Then you won't have to worry about them scoring a touchdown. We caught a miracle, man. Devin Achane stepped out of bounds. It was a touchdown. This game was over. So you have to start asking the question, do the Patriots need to bring in another kicker? He made that 53-yarder, which was cool. But last week he missed a 40. This week he missed 2 extra points. This cannot be a lingering effect. Just because you make a 53-yarder, just one, does not mean you're off the hook. You still missed 2 extra points, chip shot extra points. That can't happen down the line if you really want to contend in this team. So, Andy Borregales, you got to get better, dude. Got to get better. You're a loser. You're a loser this week. You got the win. You made the field goal to put them up 33, which I give you credit for, but you got to be better this season. I'll ask you guys, do the Patriots need to bring in a new kicker? Because a lot of you people think he should be cut. And I'll be honest, during the watch party, I said, put him on the practice squad. Bring in someone else. Let him learn. Let him learn. Go down in the comment section right now. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. I'm nicknaming him the Cardiac Pats. That's going to be the nickname going forward. And you just have to be more disciplined going into next week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. There were a lot of penalties on the field. A lot of penalties. And I can tell you guys literally right now, the Patriots, they had 12 penalties. 12 penalties. That's unacceptable. You got to be better. I'm glad you got the win. Happy you got the win. But I want this team to be better because I believe in this team that can be better. The Dolphins, they sucked last week, and they're a bad team. You beat a bad team. Can you beat a decent team next week against the Pittsburgh Steelers? That is going to be the biggest question throughout this week because you have to start 2-1. If you start 1-2, those playoff hopes start to plummet. You have to win this game. Hopefully they get the win. Hopefully they get the win. We got you covered all throughout the week. All throughout the week. From tomorrow, we're live on Wednesday. We are also live next Sunday at noon for the Patriots-Steelers game. So make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats.